Welcome and thank you, lovers, for joining the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. Make sure you share this topic. A lot of people need this conversation right here. Make sure you share this topic. Continue to follow and like. I love the hearts, and I love to know that you're interested in what I'm talking about. So make sure you get this information to as many people as possible. Now, this is a talk that is so important to talk about. It's about why do some people lie? And I said I was going to talk about the mental state of a person, but first let's talk about why some people lie. And that's important too, because that's going to help you recognize the type of people you're dealing with. But this one right here is very juicy because you get a lot of people that may possibly lie. Now, there are 3 reasons I would say that people may tell a lie. They may stretch it a little bit. They may twist the facts. That's what we say a lie is, right? Someone stretches the truth, twists the fact, and not give you the whole deal, right? It's because the type of liars that exist. Okay, so you got the type of liars that a pathological liar, or you have a manipulator type of liar. Okay, now a pathological liar is a person that has compulsive urges to lie regardless of the situation, regardless of whatever's going on, they're going to lie. That's a pathological liar. Now, a manipulator liar is a person whose goal is to control or influence you to believe what they are saying, and so they want you to agree with what their lie is. Okay, you understand? You got the pathological, and we have the manipulator, and then you have the person who just tell a little white lie. A little white lie is a person that just stretches the truth. They don't do anything to harm you to a certain extent, but they'll stretch the truth, and meaning they'll leave out something. They won't give you all of the truth. Okay, that's leaving out something about the situation. Now, I'm going to tell you all the main reason people lie, and I'm not going to go too much into detail. I'm just going to give you some simple reasons of why, and then I'll tell you why it caused it, and then I may give you a few things to solve it. Now, you know that's how I do it. Okay. These are the main 3 reasons people lie. Now, this is coming from the Love Doctor. So if anybody ever tell you this, they got it from me. Okay? Because I studied this and understood this years ago. And I may have done a talk before. Those of you who follow me a lot will know that I talk about that a lot. So about why a person lie. Okay? So just make sure you go back and look at some of my YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, the main reason people lie is to avoid. A person will lie to you to avoid. I'll tell you what that is, what could possibly avoid is. They may lie to you to deceive you. And I'll tell you what those are. And then they may lie to you to obtain something from you. Okay? Avoid, deceive, or to obtain. Got it? Now, let me tell you why they avoid. Most of the time, people avoid telling you the truth because they don't want to deal with the consequences. They don't want to deal with the drama. They don't want to be used. They don't want you to judge them. And maybe they're just no longer interested. That's why a person would avoid. And so they try to avoid to prevent telling you this they lie. They're avoiding something, and this is why they lied. Okay? Why do they deceive you? Well, they're deceiving you because they're misleading you. They're leaving something out. They're leaving something out about themselves. Meaning, we've all experienced, you get into a relationship and that person may be involved in another relationship versus hurting your feeling. They'll mislead you with the facts versus telling you the truth. Telling you that they're married. You see, they'll deceive you by not letting you know what they have going on, like a disease. And you get into a relationship and they knew that they had some form of disease, but they don't tell you. So it may be they deceive you with an issue. They don't want you to know. So there's a lot of things that a person will lie just to, and they're misleading you. Okay? Obtain. A person will lie to obtain something from you. It's like a false desire for you, like to lust. You know, maybe you've done some things to obtain from a woman or a man, and so you tell them something to get it, in order for you to get sex, or to receive money, or just to get something of value. So you will tell a lie so that you can obtain what you're trying to get. You see where I'm going? So those are the main reason, and there's many more. Now I could go on and on. I'm just giving you simple reasons right now why a person lie. Okay? Now, what causes a person to lie? Why would somebody lie? Why would somebody tell a lie about something that they have going on? My babies are all hanging out. Why would somebody tell you a lie? What causes that? And here's what it is. No, you have to see, if you tell a lie, what you're doing is you're allowing someone else to tell you something that you know that doesn't make sense. You see what I mean? You're allowing them to talk their way out of a situation. Because you can tell when somebody's not telling the truth. You're not dumb. You're not, not intelligent. You're very intelligent, so you can recognize someone that's stretching the truth or not telling the truth. And this is why I explained the difference of a pathological liar and a manipulator type of liar. Because they are different. And so you have to know the difference. They're trying to make the other person unhappy. And so by telling them something that can harm them. Or they may tell you a lie in hope to keep you happy. You know, like if I don't tell her I'm married, then she'll be really excited and happy about being with me. If I don't tell him that I'm dating someone else or got a boyfriend or girlfriend, then that may keep him happy or wanting to be with me. You see? So people do that because a lot of times they don't want you to, i.e., either know their past or know their situation or don't want to be rejected, or they just have a lack of respect for you, a lack of respect for themselves, or it could just be they're bored. And so they tell you things to keep from harming you and don't tell you the truth. Okay? And we could go on and talk about that even more. I can give more and more and more and more. But here's the whole solution. And you all know I talk about this all the time. It's very simple solutions to everything I talk about, and it's a repeat and a repeat and a repeat. And once you get it, I promise you'll understand. That's what the love doctor kept saying. She kept saying, this is what you do, this is what you do, and you can see it. The solution to curtailing someone lying to you is what I always say. Listen. You got to listen, and you have to ask questions. Stop making the assumption that someone is not who they say they are, or stop making the assumption that they are telling you everything. Stop making the assumption that what they're saying is right, because people will structure their sentences to satisfy their needs. So you have to listen. If a person is telling you something that don't make sense, then you know it's a lie. So you have to listen. There's the other thing I say. Pay attention. Pay attention to a person's body language. Pay attention to what they do when they say they're going to do it. Pay attention to how they say it. You got to pay attention. I tell you that all the time. And we always know in order for that to happen, you've got to communicate. And you've got to communicate to where you are able to be comfortable with how you feel. not to be uneasy with someone you getting to know. Even in your present relationship, if a person is not upfront with you about what is happening and can't be truthful with you about what has changed, then you know that's not your mate. Or maybe they're having issues going on in their life, or maybe they're having a very stressful time. Maybe sometimes it's caused from when they lose someone. You see, it's a lot of things I didn't say that causes a person to tell you something different. We've all experienced that, and sometimes we all have told a little white lie or stretched the truth. So no one is immune from not telling the truth. We've all have said something just to keep ourselves on point. Okay? But the whole key to make sure that you're communicating with someone is to if you pay attention to how they make their expressions, how they look at you, how their eyes are moving, or like sometimes they say if someone's talking to you and they look away as they're talking to you, they may not be telling you the truth. Little simple things like that. Pay attention and listen to what they say. And then the whole key is, if you do that, you'll stop wasting time. I talk about this all the time. Stop wasting time, because you can't talk your way out of situations, what they say, that you have found yourself into. If a person is treating you a certain way and it's not the right situation, get out of it. Because it's something that is not the truth. So why are you staying in something? Don't allow people to hurt you or use you. That comes from them not telling the truth or being upfront. So I hope that gave you guys a little information about why people lie. Watch this over, because it's a lot we could talk about over and over again. There's so much that goes with why people tell you the untruth, why people stretch the truth, why people can't be upfront. And a lot of time it's because people have issues and people have problems. And they sometimes don't know how to be themselves when it's the right situation. And they fear the loss. They fear the rejection. They fear the emptiness. But when you're in that situation, if that's what you fear with someone, then you need to step back. Because maybe that mate's not for you, or maybe it's not the time. If you're not able to be who you are with someone that you meet or want and get to know, and let them know where you're coming from and what you have going on at this time, then they're not your mate, because they're not patient. They're not waiting. They want what they want now. And if you're not willing to wait, then you might as well keep it moving. So, you've been with the Love Dr. Pamela Smith Show. Thank you for joining me. Remember, only true love is delayed. Be patient. Love is always seeking you. If you're in a wonderful relationship, and your relationship now, make sure it's of peace, joy, and happiness, and that you can receive what you're seeking for yourself, and that's happiness. So thank you for joining me. I will see you soon as we talk more about love, love, love.